Glad to have you join us on the news. My name is Laves Onyebuchi. Let's begin with the headlines. Governor Winfrey applauds implementation of President Tinubu's renewed hope agenda. Edo State Police Command uncovers criminal syndicate in Benin City. Offices of ruling Serbian Progressive Party set on fire. Governor Francis Winfrey has issued a strong plea to contractors engaged in various federal government projects within the state, urging them to expedite their efforts to align with President Bola Tinubu's renewed hope agenda. He made the call while conducting a round of federal government delegation who were in the state on a citizens' engagement tour of the Southeast, led by the Minister of Information and National Orientation, Muhammad Idris. Government House correspondent Osando Unguta has the details.
Among the sites visited were the ongoing tunnel at Vanco Junction, Abakaliki, the University of ICT Oferekbe, Abaja, and the 140 housing unit at Chiboy, Nkwego, a project initiated by the state government to reward exceptional civil and public servants in the state, as well as federal government projects within the state, including Akboha Bridge and Sub-Saharan Superhighway connecting Ebonyi and its neighboring states. Governor Winfrey, who expressed his gratitude to President Bola Tinubu for the substantial developmental projects initiated in the state, highlighted how his administration is leveraging on the president's support and financial assistance to bring heart-touching projects to the people of the state.
Sincerely, we've seen what the federal government is doing, and this is the first time we can point at one project and say this is the project of federal government in the state. It has never happened. This is the first time. And it is not one, it's not two, it's not three. I think I've counted it up to 4 projects of federal government that are ongoing. So I'm very grateful, seriously very grateful. And I thank the Honorable Minister, thank Mr. President, and thank the contractor, and also urge the contractor to add more strength. You know, when they talk about rainy season, I don't like all these contractors' excuses sometimes. Sometimes it baffles me because many of us, I am in the field, so I believe in this, I know this. When we are failing, we look for reasons to give, you understand? So you better buckle up and compliment the effort of the federal government. Once you receive money and you keep that money and look for excuse, definitely the value of that money will depreciate. And that time you start asking for re-evaluation of the job. And now in my state, Ebonyi here, we put it in our law. We don't review job. Especially when we are paid you up to 50%. Nothing can make us to review the job. And I think it's one thing we should do, especially many of us who are indigenous contractors. We should be able to put that so that we build confidence. Because if not, foreign contractors will take all of our jobs. We can't continue being here. Every time we get up and say we are not giving opportunity. The little one we are giving, how did we manage it? So let us speed it up and get this thing done beyond the expectation of even the foreign contractors. Then we'll build confidence that federal government will start giving us a job.
The governor emphasized that the Renewed Hope initiative are designed to address the pressing needs of the state's residents and to enhance the overall development drive put forth by the federal government, and assured that his administration is committed to ensuring that the project fulfill their promises of growth and improvement. The governor urged local contractors to demonstrate their capabilities and justify the trust reposed in them, reiterating his administration's zero tolerance for delay, substandard work, and re-evaluation of contracts that have not progressed as scheduled.
We also seek for the federal government to do dredging in that the beach. Because before we were using that place, we were using barge in that place and some ships. But now, because of the flood and so many things, nobody is using the place again. So if federal government can be able to do dredging there, it would be good. These are the requests from the governor of Ebonyi, pleading for you, sir, Director of Highway, because I take that even though it's underwater and marine, but I want you to send that message to the economy. The Honorable Minister is here, and most of the leaders in this, in this industry are here. So they will take this my request to Mr. President that we should do dredging.
The Minister of Information and National Orientation, Muhammad Idris, expressed satisfaction with the remarkable progress in the state, noting that the numerous infrastructural developments are clear testament to the leadership ingenuity of Governor Francis Nwifuru and his dedication to transforming lives of citizens, noting that his People's Charter of Needs mantra aligns with President Bola Tinubu's Renewed Hope agenda, which is centered on infrastructural development and economic revitalization.
I want to say that this is gladdening. There is no dull moment, and we are not tired, because what we are seeing is gladdening our heart. It is project after project, from works to healthcare to agriculture, everything. And even when we came to the state, we are also seeing the collaboration that is happening between the federal government and the state government. This is a collaboration that President Bola Tinubu is pushing, so that together we can take Nigeria to prosperity. This is the promise of Mr. President when he took office, and he's keeping to it. We are glad that we have come here. We have seen this Trans-Saharan, and it's crossing about 4 or 5 states. This is unprecedented. This is really delivering dividends of democracy to the people of not just Ebonyi state, of the southeast and the entire region, and Nigeria as a whole. And this is happening all over the country. State after state, we are seeing these massive projects happening. The infrastructure revolution of President Bola Tinubu is in the southeast. Nothing like this has ever happened before. And we pray that by the time we come here again, we are going to see how far the contractors have gone. From what they are saying, it is the rainfall that is delaying them. We'll come here after rains. We'll give you a month after rainfall. We'll come here. And I know that His Excellency Senator Dave Umahi, the Minister of Works, is not resting. He's been here again and again and again, and I know he will continue to be here. Our job is to make sure, is to come and see. That is why we have called this project Come and See. We have left Abuja to come to the southeast, to Enugu, to Ebonyi, to see for ourselves, and for media people to see, to report to Nigerians what they have seen in practical terms, not just what we announced in Abuja. And that's why we are not tired. We'll continue to report, we'll continue to come, and we'll continue to see, and we'll continue to tell Nigerians what we are seeing. Thank you, Your Excellency, for all the support since we arrived in your state.
The minister was accompanied on the tour by principal officers of the ministry, including heads of federal agencies within the Federal Ministry of Information and National Orientation. Osando Nguta, Salt TV News.
The people of the state have showcased their vibrant spirit and unity as they welcome the Minister of Information and National Orientation, Alhaji Mohammed Idris, along with his team during their 2-day official visit for a citizens engagement meeting. The event, which took place at the State Christian Ecumenical Center in Abakaliki, were attended by a multitude of stakeholders, stalwarts of the All Progressives Congress, traditional rulers, founding fathers, support groups and residents came together in large numbers to host their esteemed guests. Government House correspondent Osando Nguta has more.
Governor Francis Nwifuru, who took the opportunity to applaud President Bola Tinubu for his unwavering commitment to addressing the infrastructural needs of Nigerians and revitalizing the nation's economy, highlighted his administration's numerous achievements, which include the rehabilitation of hospitals and healthcare centers, educational reform, scholarship programs, peace-building efforts, business-friendly policies, and significant investment in sports development, and attributed successes recorded to the robust financial support from President Tinubu and the collaborative effort of Ebonyi stakeholders, elders, traditional rulers, youths, and the overall populace. He emphasized that Ebonyi remains a united political family where virtually all opposing factions have come together under the banner of the APC, assuring President Tinubu of the strong support which he promises will translate into 100% votes for his second-term bid.
As I am coming to you, we are making 20 schools, students, all 52 primary schools. And what my members, one, two, is that infrastructure is very much important. But it's not the reason. That is why I said, we must get those that struggle to make first class, the children of the poor. If you go to the university, you find out that the children of the rich are not many first class. You find it difficult to see one. But the children of the poor are graduating with first class, second class advantage, and they have exam. And the school here, when they get abroad, they compete and they fix it. Those are children. There's no
The Minister of Information and National Orientation, Alhaji Muhammad Idris, said their visit to Ebonyi serves not only to engage with citizens, but also to highlight several heartwarming projects under the Renewed Hope agenda initiated by President Tinubu, noting that the initiative is specifically tailored to alleviate the sufferings of Nigerians, and Ebonyi is a vital beneficiary of those transformative programs. He expressed his delight in witnessing the massive infrastructural transformation occurring in Ebonyi under Governor Nwifru's leadership, reiterated the alignment of his people's charter of needs with the Renewed Hope initiatives.
We thought that we're just going to have a few hours to look at the federal government projects here in Abakaliki and in Asket that the Ebonyi is here. But we came looking at projects, and when the governor, my brother, His Excellency Francis Nwifru joined us from 11 o'clock. We have been looking at federal government projects and state government projects up to this night, and we didn't see all the back of it. From Enugu to Abakaliki, everybody followed. All the roads, all the bridges, all the flyovers have been done either by President Bola Tinubu or what your governors are doing. Now what this tells me is that because the president said he wants to collaborate with these governors, you are having peace and you are having money at the disposal of the state government to continue to deliver dividends of democracy to all of you.
Others who made their remarks, including the member representing Ezza South Ikwo Federal Constituency, Comrade Chinedu Oga, the Commissioner for Information and State Orientation, Chief Taikowa Omebe, and Chief Hyacinth Ikbo, among others, warmly welcomed the minister and reaffirmed the readiness of Ebonyi people to continue supporting President Tinubu's administration, assuring that the state would continue to align with the Renewed Hope agenda of Mr. President.
What we expect from you, we need more than the volunteers like complete for what our government is doing. We need more than institution. We need more than appointment to support what our government is doing. Ebonyi is reassured for EBBC. Honorable Minister, sir, we only have one in about 20. From the earth, we're supposed to have three. You are a minister. We urge you with the support of our government to establish more so that what our government is doing will not be misled with the word of state.
We could see the joy, a demonstration of the great support of our government, a demonstration of patriotism on the part of the people, a demonstration of commitment and love. The number of the governments numbering over 280 are in various universities today in the United Kingdom. About 700 also are enjoying as well full scholarship ranging from masters to PhD in the various universities of this country.
Osando Nguta, Salt TV News.
In continuation of the Riverside functions to development centers, members of Local Government Advisory Committee Ebonyi State have visited development centers in Ishelu local government area to ensure efficient service delivery and accountability. Charles Ole covered the Riverside function visit.
Among the development centers visited in Ishelu include Ishelu East, Ezekoma, Ishelu West, and Ishelu North. The chairman, Local Government Advisory Committee, Ebonyi State, Mr. Oliver Mbam, observed that no single staff was seen at Ishelu East and Ezekoma development centers, while in Ishelu West, only 18 staff were physically seen out of 57 total workforce, while in Ishelu North, only 20 workers were present out of 65 total workforce.
How can you be paid your salary without coming work? That coordinator testified that he has tried his best or her best for their staff to be coming work, but all of them refused, even the principal officers.
Members of the team, Mr. Ikeburu Opushuku and Mr. Anthony Nkama, frowned at the high rate of absenteeism to work among the workers across the 64 development centers in the state, and the disturbing dimension of the center's working environment overgrown with waste.
It's very bad, but the coordinator gave reasons for their absence, which is well noted. But I will commend both the Ishelu West Development Coordinator and the Ishelu North. I commend them very well. I commend them. They are doing a great job.
These are public funds, and these development centers, based on the experience we've had of the previous ones we visited, it looks as these development centers have stopped being what it's supposed to be. It has now turned to centers of siphoning public funds.
The coordinators of all the development centers visited, including coordinator of Ishelu East, Mr. Uche Chukwu Alo, coordinator of Ezekoma, Mrs. Chinasa Nwankwo, coordinator of Ishelu West, Mr. Chukwuemeka Ali, and that of Ishelu North, Mr. Emeka Odanwu, were on ground to show their executed projects.
And they are on inspection to see projects, sites, and the inspection of staff relationship with coordinators and political appointees with the coordinator to know the welfare of workers.
If you know that if you are a coordinator and you know that you have put in something on grounds, you have to stay and welcome them. Take them around to your project sites. Show them so that they will take the message back to His Excellency.
According to the committee, most of the development centers have become comatose despite having salary-earning workers. According to the committee, most of the development centers have become comatose despite having salary-earning workers and coordinators assigned to them. Charles Olejino for Salt TV News.
Uchenna's of Ebonyi Broadcasting Corporation and former Miss Mary Oba have walked down the aisle amidst fanfare. The wedding was held at St. Vincent Catholic Church, Okwasenkaleki. The report.
It was a dream come true and a moment to remember as the couple basked in the euphoria of love and affection. In a sermon during the church service, a Catholic cleric, Reverend Father John Okeke, said, "Marriage is a union ordained by God to fulfill God's wish for mankind, which is procreation," and urged Mr. Uche and wife to allow God, understanding and tolerance to drive and lubricate their union.
Nobody can break two of you. And that's why you have to hold on to your God. You are here to answer the call of God in this sacrament of love.
The sponsor of the wedding and senior special assistant to the governor, Office of the Governor, Comrade Uchenna Nwankpuma, senior special assistant to the governor on internal security, Ebonyi South Zone, Okenwan Nachoka, and Director General, Ebonyi State Broadcasting Corporation, Chief Tony Nwizi, urged the couple to anchor their marriage on peace and love and avoid making reference to other people's marital activities. The senior special assistant to the governor on infrastructural maintenance, Chief Ben Nwovu, coordinator, Mbo North Development Center, Prince Uche Okpaga, his Ohunku Development Center counterpart, Mr. Ejika Agbo, chairman of the occasion, Mr. Charles Oke, supervisor for works, Afikpo North Local Government Area, Mr. Uduma Oga, and father of the day, Mr. Samuel Agbo, wished the couple a blissful and peaceful marriage filled with God's grace.
Well, they should live in peace. They should love themselves.
He that findeth a wife findeth a good thing and obtaineth favor from God.
There is no competition in marriage. Everybody is according to his height. That is the advice.
I pray for good health for both spouses, and I pray that he will have children.
The couple, Mr. and Mrs. Uchenna Eze, whose joy knew no bound for coming together as husband and wife, promised to love and cherish each other unconditionally.
My heart is full of joy today. I don't know how to express it. I'm going to take care of her.
My promise to him is to be a responsible and respectful wife.
The wedding ceremony was graced by many dignitaries, including the Commissioner for Capital City Development, Chief Sunday Nyima, and the Director of News and Current Affairs, EBBC, Chief Ajo Kike, among others. For Salt TV News, I am Chidiebere Nworie.
Many congratulations to Mr. and Mrs. Uchenna Eze. Moving on, we take a quick break, and when we come back, the news will continue. Welcome back to the news. The Socio-Economic Rights and Accountability Project, SERAP, has called on anti-corruption agencies to probe the National Assembly over allegation that lawmakers pay up to 3 million naira to present bills, motions and petitions. The call came amid an allegation by a House of Representative member, Ibrahim Auro, that federal lawmakers pay between 1 and 3 million each to present bills, motions and petitions at the National Assembly.
The Deputy Director of SIRAP, Kolawode Oluwadare, stated that the group wants the EFCC and ICPC to identify the lawmakers involved in the alleged act. SIRAP also called on the Senate President, Godswill Akpabio, and the Speaker, House of Representatives, Tajuddin Abbas, to refer the allegation to the anti-graft agencies for investigation. The group says the alleged act at the National Assembly is a grave violation of the public trust and constitutional oath of office by the lawmakers. It condemned the act, saying that lawmakers should not pay bribes to present motions and bills, warning that bribery should never have any influence in the exercise of legislative duties or running of the National Assembly, noting that it makes mockery of the lawmaking and legislative powers under Section 4 of the Nigerian Constitution. SIRAP warns that if the National Assembly leadership fails to act within 7 days, it would consider legal actions to compel compliance in the public interest.
Moving on to Edo State, the Edo State Police Command has uncovered and dismounted a criminal syndicate involving a 7 police officer and civilians engaged in acts of extortion, brutality and robbery against innocent citizens in Benin City. A statement signed by the Edo State Police Command Public Relations Officer CSP Moses Joel said his men acted on the directive of the Commissioner CP Monday Abonika after a series of complaints. Detailed.
The statement revealed that the operatives of Ugbo surveillance team successfully intercepted the suspects with a silver-colored Toyota Yaris and other incriminating items. A serving police inspector identified as Ojo Olorintobi was arrested alongside 3 civilian accomplices, Charles Ona, Joseph Oyi, and Enoma Ago, who had been collaborating with him to terrorize the residents of the city through acts of extortion and harassment. Joel also said the indicted officer will not be spared from any punishment, while also issuing a warning to men of the force to desist from criminal activities. The command called on members of the public, particularly the victim in the viral video, to come forward and assist in investigations with credible information to ensure that justice is served.
The offices of the ruling Serbian Progressive Party have been set on fire during a 5th night of unrest in a row that saw fresh clashes between anti-government protesters and riot police. Police in the city of Valjevo reportedly used stun grenades and tear gas on protesters after a small group of masked individuals attacked the empty facilities of the Serbian Progressive Party.
There were widespread allegations of violence and police brutality in the capital, Belgrade, and Novi Sad. Serbia's Interior Ministry has denied these allegations, coming on the heels of Russia's pledge to assist the beleaguered pro-Moscow president, Alexander Vucic, who leads the SNS, saying it will not remain unresponsive. The protests were initially triggered by a railway station collapse in Novi Sad in November last year that killed 16 people, with many blaming corruption and corner-cutting by Vucic's government for the disaster. On Saturday night, riot police were deployed in a number of cities, including Belgrade, as people took part in demonstrations to demand early elections.
That's it on our package. Many thanks for joining us. My name is Laveth Onyebuchi.